She said I wasn't part of the family anymore, so I built a life that didn't need them. 3 days before Thanksgiving, I got a message from my stepmother that I'll never forget. It's better if you don't come to family gatherings anymore. No argument, no explanation, just a decision. And somehow my father agreed. I was 22. I'd been away at college for 4 years and had only visited home a few times. Apparently even that felt like too much. When I called my dad, his voice sounded careful. He said Linda felt uncomfortable when I was around. I asked too many questions about her past, and he and I talked too much at dinner. She needed space to focus on her kids, space from me. I remember staring at my phone after the call ended. I wasn't angry and I wasn't crying. I just felt done, so I stopped calling. For the next 2 years, I buried myself in work. I was an assistant event coordinator working brutal hours with demanding clients. While my family posted happy holiday photos online, I was setting up ballroom lighting at midnight and coordinating vendors before sunrise. But I learned everything: vendor contracts, crisis management, luxury design, and how to stay calm when everything goes wrong. At 24, I launched my own company specializing in high-end weddings and private events. It started small, then one opportunity changed everything. A tech entrepreneur contacted me to plan his daughter's wedding. The budget was over $2 million, and the guest list included senators, executives, and celebrities. If it failed, my career would collapse. If it worked, it could change everything. So I spent 6 months perfecting every detail: custom installations, a 7-tier architectural cake, and a live orchestra synchronized with a fireworks finale. When the photos were released, they spread everywhere online. Major publications featured the wedding and called it one of the most extravagant events of the year. My phone didn't stop ringing. Within a year, my company expanded to multiple cities, and my events attracted high-profile clients. My work appeared in magazines, and eventually I bought a penthouse downtown. That was when my dad started reaching out again. One day he sent a message saying he had seen my interview and that he was proud of me. I didn't reply. Then another message came. Linda's daughter was getting married, and he wondered if I could help plan it, maybe offer a family discount. Family. The word felt strange after everything that had happened. I ignored the message. A year later, I got engaged. We planned a small ceremony at a private villa with only 50 guests, people who had supported us when it mattered. Somehow my dad found out the date and called me. "Are we invited?" he asked. It was the first time I'd heard his voice in almost 3 years. "You're not getting an invitation," I said calmly. There was silence. "But I'm your father," he said. "And Linda needed space from me." I reminded him. "I'm just respecting that boundary." He said things were different now, but I told him my wedding was for people who had actually wanted me at their family events. The ceremony was exactly what we wanted: peaceful and joyful. Months later, photos from the wedding appeared in several magazines. About 6 months later, I heard that Linda's daughter's wedding had been chaotic. Vendors were disorganized, logistics fell apart, and even the cake collapsed during the reception. Eventually my dad called again. This time he admitted they should have handled things differently. He said Linda had been jealous back then and worried I would take attention away from her kids. He also said they had needed my help more than they realized. Then he asked if I would ever forgive them. Maybe, I said. But forgiveness and access aren't the same thing. Last month I hosted my company's 5th anniversary gala with hundreds of guests from across the industry. My dad sent flowers with a card that said, "Congratulations on everything you built." I left them in the delivery box. Some spaces, once created, don't disappear. Linda wanted room without me in it. Now she has it.